All right, next I'm going to take my emery board. The first thing I'm going to do is file my sidewalls. I'm going to begin by filing the sidewalls so that the product comes straight out. And as you can see, by gently pressing in the C-curve, I really don't have a lot to file here. It really eliminates that additional thickness that you have at the free edge area. I'm going to repeat that on both sides of the nail. Once I've done that, I'm going to file my lower arch. And the lower arch is what is referred to down here. Here you want the growth of the nail to come straight out, so I'm going to start at my free edge and I'm going to file straight back into the nail wall. By doing this, it allows the nail to look like it's growing naturally from the client's natural nail bed straight out. I'm going to place in my nail shape, in which this nail I'm going to do is a square, filing from side to side, looking straight down my file until I have a nice square design. I'm going to remove any fringe that might have been leftover material on the bottom side of the nail. Double check my design. At this point, I'm going to start filing and blending in my cuticle area. So very lightly, I'm going to start at my sidewall and I'm going to come up to the center of the nail. Coming in from the opposite side, sidewall, up to the center of the nail at the cuticle line. I want to blend in that cuticle at this particular time so that as the nail grows out, I'm not seeing a big drop between the natural nail and the acrylic. It makes the client's nail service last longer. It doesn't look like they need to fill as often, but your client is recommended to come in about every 2 weeks for a fill. Once you have the cuticle area blended and you're satisfied with that, the next thing we're going to do is blend our sidewalls up toward the top of the nail. I'm going to come up, and as I'm working around the nail, softening that line and creating a nice smooth transition. Then I'm going to come in on the opposite side, and once again working up from the free edge up around, rounding that edge and softening the nail. The last area to be filed is actually the upper surface, and the reason I do this is I don't want to remove any extra thickness and structure there that might ultimately weaken the nail. So that's the last area that I'm going to blend. Finally, I'm going to look down the free edge and I'm going to file that nail so that I get a nice thin tip appearance and the nail blends in and looks very, very natural. Once I'm happy with my overall shape and I'm ready, I'm going to buff the nail with a medium grit buffer. I'm going to come in and repeating the exact same motions I did with my emery board. Concentrating first up around the cuticle, blending in that area to the natural nail. Then I'm going to come down my sidewalls, rounding that product up to the top of the nail. Then I'm going to start blending the top down to the free edge, creating a nice tapered free edge, blending it completely in. Then I'm going to take our Glossy Nails shiner using the dark side. One of the nice things about using these is you do not need to use any buffing creams, cuticle oils at this particular time, but it will bring that nail up to a very high glossy natural shine. This is an excellent product to use on your natural nail manicures. Especially gentlemen love it because they don't have to wear a polish to get that shine, and yet you can buff their nails and it looks like they've been polished even though they have none on. And the more I buff, the more you see the clarity of that product and the sparkle of that product really start to come through. After you've used the green side, you switch over to the white side and you get that excellent high quality shine. Lastly, I'm going to take a little bit of cuticle oil and I'm going to apply it to my client's cuticles. The reason I do this is because it's going to neutralize any chemicals that might have gotten onto the skin during the application. If there's any equalizer or Primax or even monomer that have gotten onto the skin, this will neutralize it as well as rehydrate the client's nail.